Ever found yourself losing an argument, even when you knew you were right? Arthur Schopenhauer's The Art of Being Always Right is a witty guide to mastering the art of debate and persuasion. Schopenhauer dives into the techniques and tricks people use to win arguments, whether through logic or manipulation. This book isn't just about intellectual dominance. It's about understanding the dynamics of human interaction and the strategies at play. If you like this video, don't forget to support the channel by liking and subscribing. Stay tuned for some additional book recommendations with similar insights at the end. The Art of Being Always Right by Arthur Schopenhauer. Understanding the framework of argumentation. Schopenhauer begins by exploring why people argue and the dynamics that shape debates. Winning versus seeking truth. Schopenhauer asserts that most arguments aren't about uncovering truth, but about victory. People argue to protect their ego and avoid humiliation, even at the expense of reason. The desire to win can lead to irrational behavior, such as defending untenable positions or dismissing valid points. Understanding this mindset is key to navigating debates effectively. The two kinds of arguments. Arguments can be categorized as objective, truth-seeking, or subjective, victory-driven. In truth-seeking arguments, participants genuinely explore ideas to reach a logical conclusion. In contrast, subjective arguments often rely on persuasion, manipulation, and rhetorical flourishes to win regardless of validity. Most public debates, Schopenhauer argues, fall into the subjective category. The role of persuasion. Facts alone rarely win debates. Persuasion, the art of appealing to emotion, bias, and social dynamics, is often more effective than logic. Schopenhauer suggests understanding your opponent's psychological vulnerabilities to tailor arguments that resonate. The importance of preparation. A skilled debater anticipates their opponent's points and prepares counter-arguments in advance. Schopenhauer emphasizes strategic thinking, such as predicting emotional triggers or identifying weak spots in the opponent's logic to gain an upper hand. Bit to remember. Most arguments aim to win rather than find truth, requiring preparation and emotional insight. Techniques for winning arguments. Schopenhauer outlines a range of tactics that debaters use to gain the upper hand, some ethical and others manipulative. Ad hominem attacks. When logic fails, attacking the opponent's character can derail their argument. Schopenhauer notes that while ad hominem attacks are fallacious, they are effective at discrediting an opponent in the eyes of an audience. For instance, questioning someone's motives or credibility can overshadow their argument's merit. Diverting attention. When cornered, skilled debaters change the topic subtly to steer the conversation away from their weak points. For example, if criticized for a specific failure, one might redirect the discussion to broader achievements or unrelated successes. This tactic prevents the opponent from focusing on their advantage. Sowing doubt. Introducing uncertainty in an opponent's argument can weaken their position. Even without solid evidence, casting doubt on their data, sources, or logic creates hesitation in the audience. Schopenhauer emphasizes the importance of appearing confident while doing this, as doubt is contagious. The last word. The final impression matters. Schopenhauer argues that securing the last word often leaves the audience with your perspective fresh in their minds. Whether through a compelling conclusion or a memorable remark, this strategy ensures dominance in the debate's aftermath. Bit to remember. Winning arguments often involves tactics like diversions, doubt, and controlling the conclusion. logical fallacies, and how to exploit them. Schopenhauer examines common logical fallacies and how they can be leveraged to win debates. Straw man arguments. A straw man argument involves misrepresenting an opponent's stance to make it easier to attack. For instance, if someone advocates for budget cuts, you might exaggerate their position as wanting to dismantle public services, shifting the focus to an extreme claim they never made. Appealing to authority. Schopenhauer explains that referencing authority figures can lend weight to your argument, even if the authority's relevance is questionable. For example, citing a famous scientist's unrelated work to bolster your claim can sway audiences unfamiliar with the topic. False dilemmas. Presenting the argument as a choice between two extreme options forces the opponent into an unfavorable position. For example, "You're either with us or against us" eliminates middle ground possibilities, making it harder for the opponent to counter. Circular reasoning. Repeating the premise as proof creates the illusion of logic. For example, saying, "This product is popular because people like it," avoids providing real evidence while creating a perception of validity. Schopenhauer notes that audiences often fail to catch these loops. Bit to remember. Logical fallacies like straw man arguments, appeals to authority, and false dilemmas are powerful tools in debates. The psychology of debate. Winning arguments is as much about psychology as it is about logic. The power of confidence. Confidence often outweighs content. A debater who speaks with conviction can make even weak arguments appear credible. Schopenhauer stresses that projecting authority, even when wrong, can intimidate opponents and win over audiences. Admitting minor faults. Acknowledging small errors can disarm opponents and make you appear honest and reasonable. This tactic shifts the focus away from your weaknesses while reinforcing the strength of your primary argument. Using emotion to sway audiences. Emotional appeals, whether humor, outrage, or empathy, often resonate more deeply than pure logic. Schopenhauer advises using emotional cues strategically to engage the audience and outmaneuver logical opponents. Understanding opponent weaknesses. Identifying and exploiting your opponent's biases, blind spots, or emotional triggers can provide a significant edge. Schopenhauer emphasizes tailoring arguments to capitalize on these vulnerabilities, ensuring a stronger position. Bit to remember. Confidence, emotional intelligence, and exploiting weaknesses are critical for debate success. If you enjoyed this summary, check out the following books. Thank You for Arguing by J. Heinrichs. Rhetoric by Aristotle. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The Art of War by Sun Tzu.